Welcome everybody to a nice day in July. This is our annual meeting. So I would like to call this to order, and we do have a quorum. Okay, we're ready to go. In your packet, you have minutes from last year's meeting. We did vote on them in September, so we don't need to vote on them again. But if you want to look at them, they're here for your reference. That brings us to our agenda item on Committee on Trustees. So we have two trustees that are leaving us. Madeline's leaving us and Celeste. We had a little party for them at the Committee on Trustees meeting a couple of weeks ago, and Celeste couldn't be here today. So we've jumped the gun and had a little meeting, but I think we have cake coming up. So we'll get to eat cake with Madeline. It's been a real honor to have worked with both Celeste and Madeline. I'm not gonna look at you. And it's been 8 or 9 years. So I haven't been on the full board, as president or a member that long, but I was on as fossil representative. So I've been with Madeline and Celeste for feels like forever. So it's more like having two family members that you're not going to see as often as we did before. So that's hard. That's hard, but we want to thank both Celeste and Madeline for 8 going on 9 years. One is 9, one is 8. They're both so active in the community, and we appreciate, our volunteers that sit on this board sit on other boards and do great work in the community, and couldn't be more honored to have worked with both Celeste and Madeline. So thank you for all your time, and we will miss you. Which brings us to 2 openings on the board, and we have 2 candidates that we've all had a chance to review. One is Ken Thurman, and the other one is Mr. Bill Group, who's with us tonight. So we need to, sorry? You took first? No, I don't think so. Ready? Chance for comments and stuff. So we would like to take a vote. The Committee on Trustees is proposing that we accept both Bill and Ken as new members to the board. You've had a chance at the last couple of meetings to review their resumes. And so I'd like to call for a vote that we need a second, but the Committee on Trustees is recommending that we bring both Bill and Ken onto the board.
I'll second.
Joan's seconding, so if we could have all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstain? Okay. Welcome, Bill and Ken. And Bill, you're welcome to join us at this public table. Proceed.
Aye.
We're now official, sir. And had a chance to work with Bill both on another volunteer committee, and Bill volunteers in the bookstore. So Bill's a common face to many of us, maybe not all, but you're going to love working with Bill. I have full confidence in that. The other item on the agenda is, and you'll have a book. We'll be giving you a book if we haven't already. Your book's up here, Bill. So that you can have all the documents that you need to review on minutes and articles and
Policies.
and all of it.
And there's a packet in each book for each new board member with their library email and how to access it.
Yeah. So you'll have a new email that's at samuelslibrary.net address. So that's going to be the description of that will be in there. And then in August, we'll have a board retreat. Did we pick it, finalize on the day?
So there's two potential dates for the board retreat. The best one would be August 29th, which I believe is the last Saturday of August. We have two potential speakers that day, which makes it more ideal. Although if it does seem like we need a backup date, we could do it earlier on the 8th as well. But for speakers, it's better for the 29th if everybody is available.
So any potential conflicts? Or hopefully we're far enough out that we can do August 29th. You have a conflict, Joan?
I'm next to my calendar.
Okay.
What
Well, any
is it?
That's not
Tournaments?
Labor Day weekend, by the way.
Yeah. So usually we start at about 10 and then we have lunch at around noon or so. And so we're usually out of there by about 1 o'clock or so.
Yeah, but yeah,
Just a little longer with the speakers.
we can push that up and start earlier. We could start it.
Is it nearby?
Potentially here. We
Yeah, okay.
But it's I'm still going getting responses. So most likely it will be here at the library.
Okay, I'm usually doing something right down the street on the last Saturday, so I might be a little late.
Okay.
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 No.
That's all right. Okay. So if any other concerns, if you would email Erin, is that okay?
Yeah.
Then that will take care of that. So for next year, the Committee on Trustees is also, has a proposed slate of officers that they would like to make a motion to put forward. And so for next year's president, the slate reads Scott Jenkins for president, Kate Trosh as vice president. We're keeping Michelle, we're not letting her go, Michelle Leisure for treasurer, and Karen Battle for secretary. And then I would slide into the at-large position. So if we can have any discussion or nominations from the floor, we'll take those. If not, can we have a second?
I'll second the motion.
Okay, thank you, Lisa. And all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstain? Okay, we have a new set of officers.
If I may, we're going to contact First Bank tomorrow.
Okay,
And all of the signature stuff is done electronically. I pulled up the old resolution that the library had done, and we're going to include Scott, Michelle, and Kate, as well as Erin. So there'll be 4 people that can sign checks and authorize account changes and that kind of thing.
how does that align with the bylaws? I don't
The resolution separately.
think that, I think when we looked at the bylaws, it didn't include Kate.
Double check.
We double check that. Not that we wouldn't want you there on, I understand, but
I wanted it there because there's been a couple times where I've had to wait.
yeah, yeah.
I don't like having
Or is my signature still fine, or do I need to bring?
You're gonna do it all over again.
It'll all be done through email.
Okay.
Just be on the look. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll check.
Okay.
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 Usually 2 different
Heard that
documents.
last.
So everybody needs to keep
Yes,
an eye out for those.
yes, there's 2, yeah. So it's an interesting process, the electronic. So we'll double check that against what the bylaws say.
Sounds good.
So thought we had looked that up once before. Okay, and then that's all the voting that we need, but before I turn it over, I would just like to say thank you for all your support in the last 3 years through all this ordeal that we've been through. I'm just so touched that each and every one of you came to meetings and answered emails and worked so hard on the committees and showed support, showed up at trustee meeting or council meetings, and we couldn't have got through this unless we were all a team. And I'm just grateful that you let me help lead the charge and that you were also supportive. Couldn't have done it without it being a team effort. So I've been working closely with Scott, and it's been a good year. We've done a lot of things together. So he is ready and in a good position. And
We'll see.
it speaks to how well we have governed this organization by the fact that this is a very smooth transfer. The committees continued to work for the last 3 years so effectively and smoothly. We did business as usual and managed to present the library in the way that this excellent organization really is to the community. I look forward to continuing that and happy to stay on the board and do what I can, my part going forward. So it's an incredible institution, and today's vote and this change just means that this is another indication of how well it operates and that we can move on so smoothly and effectively. So thank you all. I really appreciate all of it. Over to you. Meeting
Okay.
adjourned.
In my first official act, we're going to take a break. Call to order.
No,
And it looks like we have a quorum. That's a good thing. We checked number one. Got one thing. Approval of the minutes from May 11th. Did everybody have a chance to review the minutes from our meeting in May? Any corrections or additions or deletions? Anything attributed to you that you want to deny? And if not, is there a motion to approve the minutes presented in your packet?
I move that we approve the minutes as presented in the packet.
Thank you, Jean. For a second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor? Aye.
I just,
Opposed? Any abstain?
I knew I wasn't here. I should abstain too. I was not here. I think so.
Minutes are approved. Doesn't look like we have anyone from the public here. Going once, going twice. No
That bring-
speakers. Okay. I prepared a little something. Bear with me. I collected my thoughts. I've got big shoes to fill. So I'm going to read a little bit just to share my thoughts on kind of where we are and look at the year coming ahead. Things are a little different now, thanks to Melody and everyone here. Our circumstances are much improved than they were a year ago. You know, it was a little over a year ago, we were planning and preparing for the potential of a lockout. That was a serious concern. Didn't happen. And we're in a much better place. So all I can say is, wow.
Wow.
It's hard for me to know what to say, but Melody, you've been a driving force for years. Last 3 as president, which is unprecedented. But you're a hard act to follow. As a former scoutmaster, all I can say is I'll do my best. Okay,
Oh, let's refine it.
you know me, I can say more than that. I've actually thought about it a lot. So here we go. Melody, your steady leadership and your firm resolve and calm demeanor have enabled Samuel's Public Library to not only survive a prolonged time of crisis and uncertainty, but to thrive. You've responded to each and every challenge with thoughtful consideration and laser-like focus on the mission of our public library. Working with you, I've learned the value of sometimes waiting to react or respond, using that pause to consider others' input and evaluate potential next moves. I've learned from you. Thank you. You serve as an inspiration to all of us. And the best part is you're not going anywhere. I know you're going to help me and continue to help everyone here, will help me through a steep learning curve. I've been on the board for 2 years. I've still got a lot to learn. So I appreciate the help along the way. Thank you.
That brings,
And today we said goodbye to two long-serving trustees, Celeste and Madeline, both of whom dedicated themselves to making and keeping this award-winning library what it is. After years of service, 8, 9 years of service, it's going to seem odd not to have them with us. We're going to miss their wisdom, their wit, but I'm sure we'll see both of them. And I know Madeline's going to get involved in things, and I jokingly said, just sit out for a year and then come back. And we also say, welcome aboard, Bill. And to
That
Ken
bring-
also, we're glad you guys are here. We look forward to working with you, learning from you, sharing thoughts and ideas. And I know you're not wasting any time. The Committee on Trustees has already got their sights set for how to get you plugged in. So we know you'll hit the ground running. Thank you for being here. Over the past 3 years, we've been through a coordinated book reconsideration effort, to put it politely, that was intended to overwhelm Samuel's staff and stifle free speech. We've been through public hearings that brought out overwhelming public support, but that also included hate speech and derogatory statements and blatant falsehoods, some from county officials. Cheryl excluded. We also experienced government overreach that attempted to wrest control of our public nonprofit library away from the trustees. Threats of lawsuits and a lockout, withholding of county resources to assist with critical maintenance issues like parking lot lighting that resulted in dangerous public safety concerns, defunding of county financial resources in an attempt to drive Samuel's Library insolvent, and an attempt to replace Samuel's Public Library with a for-profit private company. And yet, here we are. We're still open, still receiving awards for outstanding operations, and still serving the people of Warren County with the same passion for excellence that we've always had. And that's because of everybody in this room working together. It's hard work. Once again, Warren County has funded Samuel's, and we recently signed a 5-year funding agreement that provides both financial stability and a renewed sense of partnership with our local county government. State aid for fiscal year 2027 increased over last year's level, and the existential crisis is over. Circumstances have improved, but challenges remain. And here are a few thoughts on what we need to consider for the coming fiscal year. The flat county funding results in an increasing gap between the cash coming in and what it really takes to operate this library. Rising medical insurance and the need to keep our employee salaries competitive with the cost of living, coupled with the county funding level that hasn't increased in several years, means that we need to raise, and you'll hear this from the Finance Committee, we need to raise an additional $216,000 this year just to balance our budget. Now, I'm sure we can do that with the Development Committee's leadership and with everyone working together. I'm sure we can do that. But that's a concern, that there's a gap between the money coming in and what it takes to sustain award-winning levels of service. And for the last 3 years, we've been in survival mode. We haven't been able to think long-term. We haven't been able to think or act strategically. We've been focused on keeping the doors open. And we've done that. Kept the doors open without missing a beat, without compromising services or our integrity. That's it. That was amazing. But now we need to transition to a focus on long-term stability, growth, and prosperity. Looking beyond the current year's fiscal gap, budget gap, We need to grow our endowment. We need to expand our donor base and establish a vibrant planned giving program to build financial foundation that can weather changing political moods. We need to refocus our attention on building the best organization possible, investing in professional development opportunities, cross-training staff members, and improving our bench strength through strategic succession planning and skill development, both as trustees and working with Aaron with our staff. And to be clear, directing operations and managing the staff are the director's responsibilities. But as trustees, our responsibilities are to set clear expectations, contribute advice, and render assistance when needed. So we're there to work with you, but we're not here to do your job. As good as Samuel's Library is, and as many awards as we've received, the library can be even better. Through continuous outreach and creative programming and active listening, we can make sure that we're reaching all segments of our community. Building on traditional programming pillars, we need to innovate to engage underserved groups while not losing sight of our established patron base. This means expanding our services and the collection to better reflect the broad spectrum of needs present in Warren County. And Aaron, I know we've talked about that, and you're already looking at surveys and outreach to broaden our contacts with different parts of the community that we may be underserving right now. We also need to constantly evaluate everything we do to make sure we're achieving the desired results and learning from each experience. We set the bar high and we push ourselves to meet or exceed our goals. As trustees, we need to encourage and support Erin and her staff in this ongoing pursuit. Another challenge, the group that attacked Samuel's Library has not gone away. While being responsive to responsible voices of well-intentioned advice and criticism, we need to remain vigilant for signs of renewed attacks on First Amendment rights. And we need to be vocal in reminding the community that by definition, a public library exists to serve everyone, every single member of our community. We're only one election cycle away from crisis. Rapidly changing technology introduces both opportunities and threats. Artificial intelligence systems offer the promise of increased creativity and productivity, but they also present privacy concerns and concerns about manipulation or distortion of media with the potential to mislead the public. Staying on the cusp of new tools like AI chatbots and process automation is essential to keeping our services up to date and relevant. We can look to VLA and ALA and other trusted sources for suggested policies and evaluations of potential tools to incorporate into our operations. I did a little deep dive into ALA's guidance and found a document that they put out, a draft guidance on the use of artificial intelligence in libraries. That'd be a good thing for each of us to read and to give some thought to, because technology is changing so rapidly. We need to know how to use that appropriately within our own operations. And we also need to know, be able to help the public in understanding how they can use it, and how to look out for pitfalls. So thank you for listening to this long-winded report. Next time we gather, I'll be a lot more succinct. It's my roundabout way of saying that I'm looking forward to working with each of you. I've got a lot yet to learn, and I'm anxious to find more ways to contribute to the success of Samuel's Library. Please be patient as I stumble through this new role. Just know that I will always do my best.
Hey, thank you. Thank you, Scott.
With that, we'll go to director's report.
Alrighty. And speaking of AI, one of the potential topics for a speaker for the retreat in August will be on AI specifically in relation to libraries and things we need to know, especially if there's any potential privacy or security issues that we need to take into account, and potentially doing a policy in the future. So keep a lookout for that. All right, now for the report, and I swear I am not going to read the whole thing this time. No, I'm bad about that. But for general updates, May and June was incredibly busy. We were doing tons of outreach opportunities to get out into the community and for a variety of different things. Free Comic Book Day is one of our big literacy partnerships that we do as an outreach with Main Street Geek. People can come into the store and get free comics, but it is an opportunity for us to come in and help promote literacy, showcase our comic book collection, as well as do little fun things just to, get people ready for summer reading and everything else. We also partnered with the county for the 250th event, Freedom Flows at Easton Park, which surprisingly, we'd never done an event there. And it went really well. So I'll be interested to see if there's any more that pop up in the future in that area. It was great. We ended up doing something similar that we did to Lantern Celebrity. So we were teaching people how to do calligraphy, and we were helping doing the colonial games out in the little, so it was on the soccer field. And I think it was a lot of fun. They did the duck race. They did it in a little pool thing, but you may see some of the ducks that they still have running around. They were adorable. So all patriotic themed. And we'll be having more programs in the future. Next one is going to be in October. Also for outreach, we were able to participate in June. That was awesome. It was pretty steady that day. We had a lot of people coming up, and we were able to promote a lot of our summer programs. And actually, we got a lot of feedback from our outreach events where people were coming to our events saying that they found out about it because we were doing our outreach opportunities. It was very helpful. I ended up volunteering for the mobile museum. That was also a really great opportunity, and I hope that they are able to get it back for the schools next year, because that is with the Virginia's 250 mobile museum. It's not the national one, and they have a lot of really awesome information that is local. So they have like kiosks and stuff that you can go to and put in your location, and everything's catered towards your area. They also have a passport going around. That you every time you go to a Virginia site, you get a little stamp in there, and you get discounts to go into the different areas and parks and things. So it's really cool. And facility, I won't talk about that because we do have the building committee as well later on in the meeting. Usage, we're still up in a lot of categories, which is fantastic. Total circulation is actually up 1%, which is good. It's about June stats weren't available at the time that this was put together. They were about pretty much on par altogether for last year. We are looking at ways that we can change things up with our collections. There's a couple of collections that we're seeing with formats that are starting to go to the wayside, like DVDs and things. But also we were doing pretty good the last several years too. So the percentage difference are actually not all that much if you're looking at the actual numbers and statistics. But there's some great opportunities for change. So part of looking at our state aid and the budget is ways that we can put more resources into different collections. Like you have the Library of Things, and then potentially ebooks and audiobooks because they're getting so popular with Overdrive and Joomla. So those are things to look for in the future. And then programming, of course, it's you can see here, it's a huge list. We did have the Start Summer Reading, which is going well. If you haven't signed up, there is still time. It goes till the end of this month, and there's still chances to win prizes. The adult side actually changed it up a little bit this year. So on top of the bi-monthly prize baskets, there's going to be like a big a grand prize, so to speak, that you could put in for. You have to read so much, and then if you go beyond that, you can go in for the additional big grand prize. And you can see a bunch of the different programs that we had going on. We had, where do you start? We had some STEM-based activities for kids. One was called What's in My Lunchbox, and another one was Digging Up Dinosaurs. Summer reading this year was actually kind of a archaeology theme and also dinosaurs. They did both. So it tied into 250. We kind of went dinosaurs and that. So we had a bunch of things that kind of went with it. And
That's the Beatles side.
We have a hiker space speaker series that you're going to see a lot of advertised around a lot of local hikers and then authors as well, with help from Bustle, because you guys are amazing. I don't know if anybody knows Susan. I should.
Earhart.
Earhart. Thank you. She's done multiple programs for us with the hiking, and it's actually been fantastic. The last one she did was great. She actually brought her camper, and she was showing people, you know, her setup and what's the best way to go onto the hiking trails and things. So people got a little bit of a tour. So that's really fun.
It's a little teardrop, right?
Yes,
behind
it
Yeah.
looks so awesome.
Yeah.
And of course, we had so many more than just that I'm not even getting to, but they are in the packet here if you would like specifics or if anybody has any questions. So,
I'm a little confused.
yes.
You have the traffic count is showing an 8% decrease. However, you're saying it's on track with FY 20.
Overall, that one's just for the months.
Oh, it's just for the month. Oh, okay. Yeah, because then it said total patron count is up.
To put the months of, I apologize.
Every year we have like dips.
Depending on what's going on in the year. And again, we've been doing very well the past several years. So when you're seeing those, what I've seen from the percentages, it's actually not all that much, but because it's on par, yeah.
When we have an event or a community forum, does that influence traffic count?
Yeah, well, so yes, because the actual traffic count, it's the doors, the doors over here, and then the ones street side as well.
Bodies, street doors.
Oh, it's not the sensors. It's not the little thing here. Oh, I always thought that.
Oh, there's a camera. If you look up as you're coming in, you'll see a little camel.
So more programs and the more events we have, that could inflate the daily.
Traffic count.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on like if we've had a really big program at a specific time each year and we didn't have it that next year, though it might be down for that month. Or if we had to have an unexpected closing, so like when we had the royal visit, that was an unexpected closing on a Thursday. Or we just had to close early this past Monday and open late on Tuesday because the HVAC was out again. So things like that will affect it
That's why we may see more variation
month to month.
month.
Yep.
But over the course of the year,
You'll
get a better sense.
Yeah. It all it's out. Yeah.
Now, the total patron count, how is that in correlation to is there the traffic count versus the patron count?
Traffic count, because you don't necessarily have to have a library card in order to use our services, it's not going to match up completely. So
Be hard to have or late.
yeah, I can send, especially for the board retreat, I'm hoping to have the newest community, the year-end community report, which should have all that information on it. I don't think we were that much different this year round for the official patron count, which is like card holders.
We have a lot of people who come in for the program. They might be card holders, we don't know, and then they leave.
We're also cooling for the county
Yeah,
eating facility, depending on the time of the year.
because there are many times I come in, I just look at a book and then I leave.
Right.
So it's just using the services,
Computer use, printing, faxing.
Makerspace,
That's a lot of that.
the Lego users group.
Well,
All these other groups.
Louis' father, he came in, he doesn't have a card, but he was helped with a fax. Right?
Yeah, like that opened up his eyes. Like he did not know what a library was. And to see him start to get what it is I'm talking about, it was amazing seeing him grasp what I'm trying to help with.
Yeah.
So,
It's nice to meet him. Thanks for bringing him in.
no, he's only here Friday,
Bye.
but he was very appreciative of everybody that he met and the staff, and everybody was very nice to him. They're nice to everybody, but like he was very appreciative of his experience here.
Well, it's like today, Cheryl is training a new employee that walked out and they're working on the computer and there's this big guy standing there like doing that at me. And I was like, He was on fine, I'm kidding. And so he had his wallet out and they're trying to book a room for him. And he had a wallet on top of his stuff, but it had an emblem. I said, "It's fine. Just call me Stevie." What's that on your wallet? And it was, he works for the Judge Advocate General for the state of Virginia.
Oh,
And they're here doing interviews. He said, "We really like it here." He doesn't have a card. But we'll let him book a room, you know?
Yeah.
And they will be back repeatedly now. So, good. So there's a lot of that goes on where there's no correlation between card and traffic.
Videotape card.
He absolutely could. And we'll probably get it.
a new friend. I like it.
Yeah. And our patron count, like card holder number, will fluctuate per month because we are actively trying to keep that updated as possible. So we do delete old accounts while we're adding new accounts each day.
It's just delete every month. Not all libraries do that.
They delete my account and I'm renewing like twice now. It's like, oh, the card doesn't work. Oh, you gotta go make sure you're still active.
Gotta keep it out of the wash. Now we will keep inactive cards over. So if your card is expired, we will keep it for a while. At the deletion portion is after it's so old, after it's you're expired, it's will be
Every 2 years.
Yeah.
And that's so we can make sure all your personal information is up to date. So we have the right address and
So even if it's expired, am I still counted as being active with an expired card?
yes.
Okay.
When we run a deletion, we are kicking them out of the system. You're not out.
So I'm not deleted, I'm just cut off.
Until you update.
you're renewal.
All you have to just go up to
Well, yeah,
everything's the same and they just extend it 2 more years.
I was just showing somebody how to check out a book, and it's like, go see the front desk. I'm like, oh, okay.
You're in trouble.
Aaron, can you comment on with the new fiscal year and we're getting back up to full hours with the staff?
Oh, yes.
You've got some folks transitioning from part-time to full-time
Yes, and
and new onboarding.
Yeah, but I apologize. I feel like I wrote this before I done that. So yes, since we are in the new fiscal year and we do have county funding, we have been able to add on some of the hours that we had previously just kind of let go of while we were in the situation. So we have a new assistant over in the studio that you'll see around. Khan's awesome. So we've also implemented something else now. So in order to make sure cross training is in place and everybody gets a really good first kind of look at the library and how our ILS system works and what are the core library services that we offer. Everybody is going to be spending, any new hire will be spending 2 weeks, regardless of whatever position it is, in circulation first, and then they'll be moved over into whatever department that they've been hired for. Yes. And y'all review? Oh, yes. And we've gone through the annual review process and everybody has gotten their 3% COLA letters. So thank you all so much. It was much appreciated.
And in finance, we stayed within the salary budget, but we added hours in for the coming year and turned someone into full-time for the children's department.
Yeah, Genevieve, you'll see her. She does our primarily a lot of the story time programming, and she's been absolutely fantastic. So she's been a great employee, and we're very happy to be able to offer full-time. Yep.
We also have in the reference department, one of the people is going to be working in the studio cross-training with Tina. And because at some point we have to be ready to run it without the mail and print. So that was the thought process there.
And with it being so popular, it was a much needed hire because the reference department, I mean, they've been busy. We've been, this summer in particular, we've been very busy pretty much every day. So, we'll also see, David, who's in our circulation, department. He is going to be switching over to reference as well. So they'll have a full complement. And then, Cheryl wants to highlight her new hire.
Yes, we have Owen. He comes to us with some unique background. He has worked at a mobile library before. So he's done that. And then he's also worked EMS. So, yeah. If we have a medical emergency and he's on, we're gold covered. Yeah. Yes. Good.
All right.
Good. It's kind of unique. I mean, it's just kind of fun. We've actually hired, we now will have lots of guys, six gentlemen with us on our team now. Wonderful. It was kind of fun. Yeah. Yeah. And let me tell you, it's nice because many of our David, Owen, Colin, they have some nice traditional values. They understand, like, when I unlock the doors, they go, good morning. They're opening the doors and just simple things that kind of are a little bit lost in today's rare store. Yeah. So they're real assets to the team. Good. Yeah. Yes, I did. Right there. All of them are very, very gifted in a variety of ways. And they all ran through Cheryl. They all got stolen.
That's the running joke that everybody starts at CERC. And now we've made it so you always start at CERC. Myself included. So,
Good. And keeping in that vein, Scott and I did meet with Erin and finish off her review. So that's been accomplished as well.
Good.
So.
Okay. Any other questions for Aaron? Committee on Trustees report.
So we've done most of this in.
Got some proposed meeting assignments, right?
it's all
It's in the packet.
It should be on the other side of the last page. There's the upcoming dates that we have currently for the next meetings, and it's on the other side.
So if you, we've added Bill in and Ken. So of course, everybody is welcome to come to any committee meeting. If you have any changes you'd like to see made, Lori's not here tonight, but Lori's gonna be chairing the Committee on Trustees. Bill, we're gonna ask if you work with Joan on the Strategic Planning Committee, and she has many years on strategic planning. And so if you would work with her on that, that would be great. And then we thought the building committee, did we put that on there?
Yeah, Gene, I'm happy to pass the hat there to you.
Yeah.
Cheryl will keep you straight. Keeps me straight with what's going on, and it's a good opportunity to sit down and talk with the folks at the county administration about our conditions here. You'll hear a lot about what else is happening across the rest of the county administration with buildings and equipment and things. It's just a good networking opportunity there. Make sure that everybody's kept informed of what we're doing. But Cheryl and Eileen will work with you to get monthly reports prepared. To come consume.
Question. Don't we have a policy committee? I want to see that listed.
Bylaws.
I'll send I emailed you earlier today about that too.
I did not see that. I apologize. This was for disappeared off the page. Didn't catch that.
Sir, hey, it was there. What happened?
I can look.
Yeah.
Stop.
The Policy and Bylaws Committee.
Yep.
Is chaired by Kim. He's still there.
She got fired.
Huh?
when that changed. That hasn't changed.
I thought she was off the hook.
Yeah, she,
Yeah,
yeah,
okay. I mean, some.
Peter, you're like quiet over there.
To miss,
That overall, that committee, people that were on there have not changed.
Aaron, can you just publish that later on now?
yes, that
Yeah.
I'll send out the full, like the one that we had, we had a free one that we had last year.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
gonna be the official updated one. Everybody gets to know that.
And we'll go over that at the August retreat too. We'll go over committees again.
Okay.
But no, Kim, you're not off the hook.
Okay.
yeah, so
Oh, do you want to do the finance up?
Yeah.
You're the
Special team.
Okay, so we kind of meeting,
Okay.
what, last Monday? So we say we are gonna continue to meet monthly, at least through the audit. Each of the audit can be,
Get it through the budget.
through the budget. And again, we're coming up on budget for 2027. So, create, yeah, that's right. Or 26, yeah,
28.
2028. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Our account balances, we did a bit of account balances, the donor emergency fund is at 0. So there's nothing for that anymore. The endowment fund is at 1.179. Quite obvious, so that's doing well. The Hubert endowment fund is 74,000. The operating account is at 110, and then the reserve account is at 25. The good news is we do have enough. We have enough that was to make payroll, so I think we're good for July. Hopefully, moving forward. State aid, I think there's a delay in state.
There was a small delay because of the lateness of passing rapid.
Yes.
I was going to do the better. 19.
And county funds are
We sent our letter up and delivered our letter to the county first.
so we will have county funds for July. So that we should be able to get through the first quarter. We'll go through there, but it looks like everything's back on.
Our red check.
Dollar rent check. Here, it's we want to make very bad.
But
With that being said, that we do have a revised, let's see if there's anything else in the notes. But we do have a revised 2027 budget. We did have to increase the budget for 2027. So if you look at the budget, which is past the financial statements, if you say revised, budget revised, and right up here. As you know, decent now, you try to see that budget to 1615.
I think it was 16.
It was 1603 prior. And most of that increase is coming from
Medical.
so way the medical works, we're not rolling, we cannot roll our medical as a with county. So we have to maintain a separate medical. That's gonna cause an increase as we do that. So
And it went up $30,000.
yeah, we're up $30,000. So
Do you know what the percentage, sorry, do you know what the percentage was on that? The
Or what?
increase,
I'm sorry.
percentage wise?
Percentage increase, I think it was 18.
I'm sorry.
That's right.
I can't remember.
It was like 18 point, but I think it was around the 18 mark. It
It was at least that.
yeah.
Up 20, 22, I'm not sure.
Under what the school was doing, under what the school insurance.
It was a little less than that percent, but not great. And we went through and sharpened our pencils
right.
on the expense side to try to minimize the damage to the budget and even increasing some hours by employees. We were able to only go up $12,000, which I think is great
Yeah.
considering the increase. So, and it didn't hurt that we got an additional 10,000 from state aid that we were expecting.
Is this related to the county withdrawing their ability
Now,
or
when they kicked us out
of just the medical?
of the medical,
Okay.
it exposed us to not being able to get back in because we're an individual nonprofit with our own federal employee.
So for forever, it's not like a.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's the market.
The same thing.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot, there's still some other nonprofit libraries that are also, they've just forever have been on one of their locality, if their region, one of their localities medical through that system. And once they're off, if, for instance, the county decides to go with something else, they can't get back on because now they know. They didn't know before. Now they do.
The underwriters woke up.
Well, we lost our grandfather. We were grandfathered.
Yeah,
We lost being grandfathered in.
okay, that is,
Proud.
yeah.
Unfortunate. It is. Yeah.
Yep.
So again, the revised budget.
Unfortunate and costly.
Are we shocked?
We do need to make a motion tonight to approve the budget.
Yep.
So again, it's 615. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to look at it or if you want any questions. But I do need to make a motion that we approve the revised budget for FY 2027.
That's an increase of about $32,000 from last year's budget.
Yeah.
And that's largely
mostly
made up
medical.
in the insurance cost.
Yes. I'll second that.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussions?
This is purely because of medical. That is it.
The increase, yeah. the increase.
That's right, yeah.
Okay.
I don't think there's any other, we didn't make any other adjustments.
We had a 3% increase in salaries, keep up with costs.
Well, that was in the original budget. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, but the main driver here was the insurance cost.
We had already approved the prior budget.
Yeah.
So this is,
And you found a couple ways to trim.
yeah. So
I see a few things.
The prior budget was already approved at 1603 and we're coming in at 1615. So we trimmed we're not 30,000 over from our prior budget.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were able,
$12,000.
yeah. So we're only over 12,000 from our prior, but we're over 30,000 year over year.
Yeah.
Right.
A big chunk.
It is. Yeah. Okay, do we need to make a motion?
We've got a motion and a second. Any other discussions? Okay, we'll take a vote. All those in favor?
I'd like to ask that we do it, since this is our
do a roll
primary,
call?
yeah, if we could do a roll call vote.
Okay.
Cheryl, are you okay with that? We can have. This is one of our,
Starting for that, could I ask about the Amazon book sales? I'm just curious. That was eliminated? Just, yeah, it doesn't make, it's not worth it? It's not worth it? Okay. That's what I assumed. Amy? Are you, is that? All right, so, ready? So, Mr. Brew,
All right.
This thing.
it's colors. I, it's the Cobb. On. Anderson. On. Hey. Hey. Vote. Aaron. Good vote. Is she voting member? Aaron's also. Ioka. No, I'm spoken. Okay. Melody Hotet. Aye.
Aye.
Again. Sing. Joan. Aye. Aaron. Aye. Mr. Melton.
Abstain.
Okay. Mr. Kilby.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. We have an approved budget. Thank you.
I think that's mainly there. I don't think there's, you guys can read the meeting, the notes from the meetings, but, I think that's what's, you got to name money. Well, something did come up with new 401k provider. I think Eileen and Aaron have both seen a better 401k, app. And so that's going to be part of the offsite meeting.
The board retreat, I was gonna see if we could get them in for that date.
So that they can see it. So we may be changing 401k providers.
Yeah, and that'll be a decision that we'll have to approve.
Like,
But you'll first get a preview of the new proposed systems at the retreat.
It sounds like it's going to be a lot more user friendly for the staff. So we'll get a look at that at the retreat and make a decision on the next meeting.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
So I
Okay. For Development Committee, we did meet last month in the run up to the race to the finish. And Amy, how did we do with the race? We was something over $600 that we got.
And the $600 rate around closer to probably 250. It was coupled with, you won't see it specifically, because it was coupled up with the Silver Tea Funds, which was also very successful as well.
Especially our auctioneer. Those of you who didn't, has got auctioned off three.
Free horseshoe.
And so found up on the Dreamout property stuff. And Michelle and John.
Michelle against
oh
Joe.
my gosh, Jones vicious. If she wants something, to stop.
These were not golden horseshoes. These were rusty old iron. And we made
My work.
several $100s off those. Thank you both.
Oh, yeah.
That was
A lot of fun.
Jones.
We ripped off the whole phone.
Say something. Okay, don't get nervous.
But the Silver Tea was very successful. It's not an event that is going to be an annual fixture. Talked a little bit about that amongst the development committee. And that was for a very special occasion for special purposes during the last couple of years due to crisis. So we're going to take that event and not retire it, but it's not going to be an annual event. It'll be as needed.
Or changed in some form. Yeah.
But we may keep that theme alive.
Yeah.
talked about doing historical programming and having some DVDs from the Silver Tea. And most of those are programming and some,
Right.
you know, there's things we can do that are creative that would involve that group.
Yep.
I think we have talked before, but you need to make sure that you thank the staff for, it was a rough year there were not only outreach events, but we had asked them to do a fundraiser every month, pretty much, in order to get us through
It was
it was growing.
Between the fundraisers and the outreach events,
Yeah,
there were a lot of staff hours directed to things outside of
normal
traditional
business.
library services.
So be sure to
So-
pass the board, I'm sure the board as a whole wants to thank them for all of those efforts.
Yep.
Couldn't have done all of those fundraising events without them.
Yep.
And with their help, we managed to get to the finish line. We raced to the finish, but it was part of the development committee's goal for next year is to see how we can spread out what we are asking for in raising timing and not put such a burden on staff.
Well, in the next meeting, the development committee meeting in August, we're going to start evaluating our past events and look at the schedule for the coming year. And Lisa, do you want to talk a little bit about the framework that you're working up to handle that evaluation of different events and help us make decisions?
Yeah, Scott and I came up with, after some discussion, with a tool that we think will lay out all the things we do and the cost and benefits of each one of those things as a tool to encourage us to reflect. And maybe we'll suggest some adjustments, maybe not, but in any case, to avoid just doing something because that's what we did last year or every year, we wanted to stop and really evaluate where we were. So we're going to continue to sharpen that tool so that we can use it more effectively when we meet in development in August.
Yep.
Thank you for that.
Okay.
We're quick on the electronics recycling fundraiser. How does that money, is that based on weight, based on, that work?
Yep.
Almost box 360, I'm still gonna bring. So are they gonna resell? Okay.
It's a partnership, so we actually were contacted by the organization that does it. They're called Connect Computer Recycling. I believe they're based in Lorraine, but it's just like one or two guys who do it. And essentially, I guess they take it to a certain facility that gives you money for the weight of the item since you're recycling them. And then they donate the proceeds back to us. So really all we're doing is collecting the electronics, and this Saturday on the 18th, they will be on site 10 to 2 and it will be the last day that we're accepting items. So if you have any electronics that you're trying to get rid of, you can bring them to the library by 2 p.m. and we'll let them take part.
What day was that?
July 18th is upcoming Saturday.
We collected a lot so far.
Yeah, we're storing the items outside, but in the closed area of each in pallets full right now of stacked items.
We have told people there's certain items you can only bring the day up, so it'll be interesting to see how many people we get that day.
Oh, that's trouble. Yes.
But unfortunately, there's a fee for the organization, so they don't do TVs or LCD markers or the cathode ray tubes because they have to take these. So it doesn't really work lessons you're doing a huge pile of things that are like this. And to be honest, we've been getting tons of things from all decades.
And I found a
The older, the heavier.
remember those palm pilots?
Oh, yeah.
I was 7, it's in the bonsai bricks.
Because the way.
We need the old heavy desktops.
Yeah.
So glad it was really
The
better.
better, yeah,
No.
old desktops.
I got an old printer I can bring.
Is there a limit
Okay.
heavy something can be?
I don't believe so, no.
As long as it's not a commercial floor paper,
A commercial what?
like we're commercial floor printer copies.
Like what we have in the back.
What if we got like a 50-pound battery? They take that?
That's Saturday.
Battery backup, they weigh a ton.
If you don't mind focusing and potentially adding a home shot, you try to get to accident and they will be able to tell you and it's
Yeah. Because I got 4 of them.
So
It's over the edge. That's fun.
Maybe a data center can get
Maybe do a little bit.
IPR.
they are.
First on Saturday morning to the fire.
Yeah.
Better.
Okay. Joan, can you give us an update from strategic planning?
Sure. You will see in the packet, the proposed strategic plan. I would hope everybody had an opportunity to look at it. The committees and go to present to the board, and they have approved a strategic plan. And then we're looking for a vote if the board is comfortable with the idea of this plan as database. Looking for a vote to approve it.
Mike? Eric? Has everyone had a chance to read through this or do you need more time?
I've tried so many times.
It's the truth.
We've been over it and over it.
Does anybody have questions?
Anybody have any questions?
Yeah, my only question is like the financial resource page is duplicated this song. Is that just because of the packet? Or that's not that being.
That might be that's just the how it, no, it's 2 pages. 2 pages.
But they're both like.
They both
Now,
05.
Yes, that way. Miss, okay, so that look at it.
Wait, one says C, D, and E. The other says A and B.
It was done through Canva, so that edit, the page number edit did not get put in, so that will be fixed for the final version.
Okay, look like that, the fine.
Oh, we're gonna make sure that gets in the motion then.
Just with that one edit.
I suggest maybe don't duplicate the photos.
Yeah,
But,
Yeah.
because I can give you, I think people skip the tape. It's different events. I have newer ones and stuff that I can send you.
Yeah, I made one of those. Good.
So Louis, do you want to make a motion with, that?
I feel like I would be biased since I was the one involved in making this.
On the committee, you're allowed to make a motion on the
Okay.
committee.
A motion that we approve the strategic plan as presented with the
Final edit.
the adjustment to the page numbers for starting at the first duplicated page 5 and onward, and to change one of the images on what would be page 6, so that would be different than the one on the first page 5.
Yes.
For a second.
We understand what they saw. I don't have to do that, right? I said,
Okay. Let's do a roll call on this one also.
Bill.
There.
Ready? Ready? But let's not ready. All right, Mr. Brew.
Aye.
Let's go. Aye. 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 Okay.
Okay, Melody.
Aye.
Nice.
Aye. Louis.
Aye.
Yeah, and Mr. Joe.
Honor with the directions.
Okay.
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 Just because
Anything else from strategic planning committee?
We'll be starting with our next, looking at survey. And when we gathered survey, I will be picking the bill that people use pitches and putting words resources that we can get a survey together and started to start to look what we need out. It's going to take a while. It's going to see to reach it in the community.
And it would be good if Amy has already come up with some questions from a development standpoint. So it'd be good in the survey to include the development aspect of what we do here.
And do we have the last survey so that we can put in some the same questions? Pair.
We do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I believe, Karen, you've already got some ideas going too. So you'll get a lot of input.
Yeah, it'll be good to look at how the survey is distributed so we can see if we can get a broader reach into the community and any groups that we have missed in the past.
So it's always a struggle. We struggled with it last time.
It was on the radio last. Like, we could talk to Janet Mitchell at Valley today, maybe a couple of podcasters.
Thanks.
We could talk to new people.
Got some new media compared to last time we did it. Some new
Yeah.
approaches we can take.
All right, Building and Maintenance Committee. In the last meeting with the county, we reviewed the county's capital improvement plan. The good news is we have 3 projects on the list. So our roofing, our HVAC, our carpeting are all on the list. That's the good part. The bad part is there's not a lot of money there, but we're on the list. So, I think,
It's too many.
sure, you can chime in, but I think optimistically, the county is starting to realize that there's a serious need for investment in capital infrastructure and maintaining buildings. And I think that realization is going to drive a concerted effort to figure out how to fund the most critical needs. And the fact that we're at the table and that we're on the list, it's encouraging. But don't get your hopes up. No point that we're not going to get new carpet in the next year. Because our ceilings understanding of the life expectancy of the HVAC system here. And so, when the time comes, there'll be funds available there to address that in turn with everything else that is having to be balanced across the whole county administration. And Cheryl, can you comment anything else on that?
Well, we're realizing that a lot of things we've had on the list, but they haven't been tightly prioritized as to, they're on a list, but no one ever looked at, okay, which roof is in the worst condition to put them in order of the greatest need on down. And trying to be able to put aside money in a capital improvement so stage, so that once we start hitting those things, there's some revenue there each year for whatever that priority number one is, and then going down the list, and things will shift. If this roof is number 10 and all of a sudden it needs to be moved up to number 2, then we can adjust. So just because it's maybe on a lower part because of current, as we all know, the chiller, we've got that on. We had Hilda J. Barber's chiller on the list. It died this summer. So it automatically moved up on the list because can't have the kids in a school with no air conditioning. So it's a fluid list at this point, but we're trying to titrate it down more so than what we have in the past of just being on there. It's, we're trying to actually start clicking things off instead of waiting until they die or the roof caves in.
List is created by a series of condition reports on all of the facilities.
Right. There's a representative, there's a representative from here. We have representative from Parks and Rec, Public Works, schools, all of them. And they all bring their concerns. We've had someone physically inspect all the roofs and on the school side, and I think that's being done on our side, so that it's not just you go through the building and look and see some spots. We've actually had people getting up and looking at them as far as that type of an inspection from the top, not just looking, okay, we got a water spot here, so we know we got a problem somewhere here.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to be much more diligent.
Okay. And the library is included in that.
Yep.
Yep, you'll get a notice of when the meetings are, and you can come and participate actively in the meetings.
Okay.
We try to keep them to about an hour.
Yeah.
So
Usually
there's
less now.
public meetings on the civic portal or are they just private?
This,
Okay.
we don't video it. We generally meet in the back of the boardroom, and right now you can't video from back there, but
I don't think we've ever had anybody from the public.
I
Yeah.
don't think so. I mean, the public, I personally don't care if the public comes.
Like to randomly show up to meetings sometimes.
Yeah, but it's interesting to hear about, the problems in the emergency services building or the courthouse. There's some real serious issues with the buildings that
Yeah.
get addressed in those meetings, and we get status updates on progress being made. There's a lot of good work happening.
I'll never vote to build a green building ever again. Public safety building is considered a green initiative building. We've had nothing but problems with that.
Yeah, I remember the gym flooded with all that rain last year, I think.
Well, it's not, that we had to replace the chiller. And
Okay.
then the chiller froze during the winter and the pipes
Yeah.
burst. So then we had condensation because it wasn't working well, dripping down on everybody. And then we had dripping down because the copper pipes literally cracked.
I saw it as part of the Citizens Academy. And then I also got to see a lot of the issues with the courthouse as well. But it's like I see what's going on.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Well, I'm encouraging, we had to shut down a week ago. That's because we walked in and it's like, right away. It's like, oh my God.
What's hotter inside than out?
And it had been a long weekend.
Oh,
We closed on Saturday, so it went out.
It's the day you were off.
Not out. It was I didn't hear. And I couldn't get Melody, so I called Scott. And because Aaron was out of town, and I said, we got to close. So I said, it's 85 in here, right? And I couldn't get a straight answer from Carrier. And we communicated via cell phone when I went home, and they showed up the next morning. And
The electronic.
it was a change in how, because we go out and manually start it when it's done.
Trips, yeah.
But they had changed the startup flow.
Right.
And we didn't know that. So it was simply that. There was nothing else. The guy was most apologetic, and he stayed and cleaned the coils and did maintenance on the equipment, because it was really their problem that they just hadn't communicated to us. Because every system trips. So I was just relieved that that's all.
Goodness, yeah. Well,
Okay. All right, moving on to Nyoka, do you have an update for us from Fossil?
I do. All right, so we'll just start with, we are currently at, excuse me, 359 active members.
yay.
So it is smaller than what it's been, and this is something that we're actively working on, is trying to work on retention ourselves, because since we are starting to come out of crisis mode, we are going to see a drop.
Really?
Yeah. And so we're going to try to find a way to get those numbers back up, because we want to hit Louis' mark of 400, right?
Are you volunteering to be part of that?
Denise said she would still do it.
Okay.
If I have to be a part of it to get these numbers back up, I will be. I don't want to,
Gone through the training.
but we do still have 83 auto reoccurring memberships through Get Butter, which is still good. Again, we've only dropped, it was 89. So we've only dropped a very few amount of numbers.
Right.
But again, we hit the spike of how many memberships we got in the next couple months. So we'll see how many start dropping off and how many are auto renewing really in the next couple months. Maybe not necessarily next meeting, but the meeting after that might give us a more accurate number.
Yeah.
Like you said earlier, we are currently still working on our hiking program. Our next hiking event is on the 22nd. It's a local author, Mills Kelly. It's at 6 p.m. if you would like to attend. We don't have anything else on the calendar, but we're already in talks with Susan for doing more. So we'll see what comes from that, because the local hikers are definitely wanting to get more people out there and hiking. And it's a good exercise. There's easier ways, there's, more advanced ways. Susan, if you did come to the last event, Susan, when she talked about her own hikes, talked about some of the nice, easy ones, but there's also some really not easy ones as well. So if you're wanting challenge, there are challenges out there. Absolutely.
Is that the one with the darling camper?
Yes.
That was a cute
Camper. No. Did you get to go inside it?
No.
I did. It was so cute. And the thing is, almost the entire camper becomes a bed. So like and most campers do this, but because of how small the camper is, it's got a full queen size bed in there.
I had a teardrop that did that. It was a tag, @G tag, new camp.
Kind of isn't. I don't have pictures on my phone, or I would have shared them.
New with vintagey.
Yeah.
And it was red and cream. And the awning, she had her awning out and everything matched.
And she calls it the
It
lady.
was just ladybug. Like little. It was
Remember, right?
cute. Yeah.
She fit a
Special kind of camping because of medical needs.
Yeah.
She used to do actual through hiking, but since she's had issues, she does day hikes, and her other half will hike in with her a bit, and then he'll go back, get the car and camper, take it ahead, and then come back a couple miles, meet her, and then they hike the last couple miles, and then they camp each night.
Oh, nice.
Because she can't, food wise, she can't rely on the woods. Like one of our other talks, he was a forager.
Oh.
And he was like 90% of his food came from foraging.
Wow.
Yeah, it was, she can't do that for needs purposes. And so, but with doing this process, she can do something other hikers can't. She can take fresh fruit with her during her hike because it's only for one day. She can, do things like that to make it easier on her. And again, she goes over this stuff, and we did record it. I haven't had a chance to go through and try to start editing yet, but I will be putting videos up hopefully on our YouTube to get more information out about our library and getting people in here to see, wait, you guys do programs like this? At least that's the goal. I mentioned the annual book sale last time. Again, reminder, we are going to need volunteers and helpers and whatnot, but the actual book sale is the 12th through the 16th.
Which month?
Of November. When's it? November. It used to be September. It started when Sammy Khan's date changed. It got too hard on us to do them back to back. And so we moved it to November. This will be our first year doing it in November, but we're going to see how it goes. It's going to be the second weekend in November.
And are we doing stuff? I think last year we did more than just books. Like there's
Always more than just books. We have our books and media that we normally, everything that we have in Epilogue, because we do close Epilogue. Last year was the first year we did that. Honestly, we loved it because we could actually clean the shelves. Because it's hard to get in there and clean things unless you empty them completely. So we're using it as an annual cleaning as well as.
Okay.
So we close Epilogue, move everything that's in there is in here as well. But anything that anybody donates, we always have a yard sale section.
Gotcha.
We can put prices on some of it, but a lot of it, we leave it as name your price to begin with, unless it's a really good item, in which case we'll put prices on it. But yeah, we always take donations of pretty much anything at that point.
Good. Thank you.
Cheryl, do you have an update for us from the county?
Well, besides what we discussed on the building, I would say, things are, I think, fairly smooth now. But I would stay vigilant because with election turnover, I don't know. I worry that you could be back in the same issues that we had before. So, when you talk to the people that feel like that we're in a safe spot, we are for now, but I worry about that personally. But other than that, I think once we get through this data center thing and get that behind us, I'm optimistic about, we've appreciate all the work you're helping with the tourism. So I feel like we've got that to get through as well. But we're on a good path with the tourism now. So I'm hoping that helps boost revenue and gets a little of the pressure off of the taxpayers. And I'm optimistic now that we have a new economic development director. Met with him today, and he's, I feel like that's going to be a better road as well. So hopefully that will get us in better tax shape to support library and our building improvements. And, I need to look at that glass half full instead of
half empty all the time.
Just to let you know, he reached out to the three of us individually.
Yep.
To set up a meeting to talk about the library. So,
I've got a meeting with him next Monday.
Yep. Like, one of the things was, you know, underutilized assets. And, a couple of the things that I put was like 4-H center and, the library and the airport and all things that we're working together now with the tourism. So I'm glad to hear that he told me he was going to reach out. So good.
He reached out to another organization too that you hadn't mentioned yet, but I've been hearing him reach out. Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
Yeah.
And those.
I don't meet with the Heritage Society until Wednesday.
So yeah, he's got a lot of things on his plate that he's moving right along with. So I think I'm hoping we're heading in a good direction that'll benefit all the organizations and things that have been really tight lately, and hopefully no more 9-cent increases of taxes. That was painful.
Is there a target time frame for hiring a new county administrator?
Meet tomorrow to interview and select a recruiter. We will get that on hopefully the July 21st, next Tuesday's, the following Tuesday's meeting. I'd like to say we'd have one by December, but I think that's a tight time frame. And I want to get the right person.
just for my edification, so when the first hire happened and you had like all these candidates, what happened to all those candidates that you already had paid for?
Yeah.
Did they just go away?
That was with that company.
Yeah.
That did that, and they narrowed it down to 5, the top 5, and the top 5 was really all we really got the resumes for.
Oh,
And
you had like 90 or something.
I don't think it was 90. I think it was, I want to say in 30 some area. We only interviewed 3 because one dropped out and one got a job somewhere else. And then history is what it is on that.
That just kind of went away. All that.
We could have gone back with that recruiter. I personally wasn't impressed with the first time, so I didn't want to go back with them. And I think that was pretty much the feeling. So we're looking at different, and we got 13 applications for recruiters. So it's a whole different field. So that's what we'll be doing tomorrow.
Picking a recruiter.
Interviewing for them and then narrowing it down to the one. So, like I said, I think that time is going to be a crunch.
Yeah.
It's not probably the best time of year to be hiring someone like that because schools are going to start. People don't want to move as much as they do. And your elections being in November, that's when people pretty much know there are new people coming in. If they oust people or people oust themselves because they don't want to be part of that new regime. So it seems like that time of year, from what I've been told, is historically your best pool of people connect with. So we'll just have to see.
Yes. Okay.
But hopefully we get someone good that can, be a positive influence to not only the local government, but the community as a whole.
Yay. Thanks.
Do we have any old business? Do we have any new business?
I can't help myself. I just have to, you talked about programming and coming up with new idea. Cheryl has come up with a new idea for our holiday open house. And it's going to be fabulous. Hopefully the public watching this video got tired a while ago. Sorry, we spoiled the surprise for them. But we had the dog show last year. This year we're having miniature llamas.
Alpacas.
Alpaca.
Many alpacas.
The ones that don't spit.
I was going to say that. That's
And a mini goat.
Oh, we are. The mini goat.
And that'll be part of, we hope, the photography with Sharon. And then the other thing, Cheryl came up with the idea of having a market.
Well, I must share, it was Amy's idea because through her grant researching and all, she knew that a lot of businesses will support and promote like STEM and a Christmas market.
So we're going to have fake money and we're going to ask people to donate things. And we're going to set it up like a store so kids can come in and learn how money works and how.
Get their parents a Christmas gift.
And they buy their parents a present. And then we're going to have a, did Fossil say they'd gift wrap?
I was going to throw that out. Instead of doing our normal craft thing is we're going to do a gift wrapping station, which we'll probably promote as anything for the kids. Obviously, it will be a free gift wrapping. But if someone from the community wants to bring stuff in for a donation, they can also get stuff gift wrapped.
And so we think it's going to be really cute.
So the hopes is it'll kind of all work together. And we'll still do our hot chocolate bar as well.
Do you know?
It's December 12th.
December 12th.
December 12th.
Put it on your calendars now.
I really wanted reindeer. So this bear conference just reindeer. Because it's getting quite the reputation for being able to find things. Once we were willing to bring somebody.
Reindeer, alpaca, reindeer, alpaca.
Yeah, she found us some mini alpacas. So thank you, Ed. And they'll put costumes on them. I saw them in Usher.
They wear diapers.
Yeah, they're local and and they're all either trained, like, so that there's food. But no, that was my concern as well.
And they're potty trained.
So you say, I have my doubts.
Didn't want to let the kids feed her. So you got good insurance.
That's
Some dead alpacas.
Helene, is there anything that you need from us, right, on that? Just awareness.
We're going to be doing an ask. I think we already have that. Fossil.
No, we haven't fixed the ask yet.
It's clothing. We're going to ask you to pay for the alpacas. And then the rest is young. So, but we may need a little help this day.
Okay.
And then of course Santa will come in story and Santa's though, like taking the back seat right now.
Who could,
The kids.
who's playing Santa, who's Santa?
the Santa's the sheriff's.
They bring Santa and then one of their friends.
I'm children watching. Santa's good.
Santa comes out with the sheriff.
Okay, that's right. All right. If there's no other business, we'll adjourn.
Got a registration in that.
Adjournments.
I motion we.
All right.
It's just clear.
Yeah. Motion approved. We're adjourned. Next meeting is September 14th.